Hi everyone, I'll be covering question 423, Reconstruct original digits from English. So what question is asking is, let's say we have input string str equals to OEO ZR and E. Can we build digits from this input? So we can see, hey, Z, E, O, R. So hey, we can make 0. Now we can see N, E. Oh, look, now we can make 1. So we should be returning output is 0 and 1. So yeah, we get 0 from here, 1 and 1. So how can we find out which digit is hiding within input? So order of input is it's randomized, so we don't know. So how we found out is we should look at specific character to narrow down our choice. So in our example, I could find 0 and 1 easily, right? So 0 and 1. So if you pay attention here, so Z tells, hey, I have a 0. How do I know? So if you look at tables of here, Z is only a unique alphabet from 0 to 9. So I can say, hey, I'm gonna have 0 for sure. How can I keep track of, number of letters I used and going to use is we can use hash to keep track of, hey. So in our example, hey, O, we have 1, 2, we have 2, and E, we have 1, 2, and Z, we have 1, R, we have 1, and N, we have 1, right? So in our example, I found Z is here. So let me decrement ZERO. So what's gonna happen is now E is gonna become 1. Now I don't have any more Z. It's out. R is out. And let me decrement O by 1. So now what I have is 1 O, 1 E, 1 N, and okay, so I can reconstruct 1. So what's important here is, so I mean you get the idea of how we can decrement and keep track of which digit was being used. So take back here is how can we find out which letter to look up, right? So we can look up Z because Z only happens in 0. So we check Z. And now what else can we check? How about W? W only happens in 2. So yeah, we can check here. And how about X? So X only happens in 6, right? So we can check here. And how about G? G happens only within 8. So we can check here. And how about H within 3? So, wait a minute, we have 8, right? 8, H is in 8, but we already checked 8, so we can, we can check 3, so we can say 5, because H only happens here or here, right? Then we already checked 8, so H can happen only 3, so that's why I say 5. Now, so what else can we check? Let me cross this guy out. How about an S? So S is only happening in 7 and 6, and we already checked 6, so we can say, okay, we can check 7. So that's going to be 6. How about B, 5? So we already checked 7 here, so we can, check 5. Oh, we can check 4. because if happened in 5. Now what else we got? We have 1 and 9. So if we have an O, we know it's 1. So we can check 1. Now at the end we check 9, right? So how we do is step is keep track of count. With hash. So we keep track of count, right? Now we want to do this checking, right? So we're going to do checking, and when we check, we make sure decrement number of characters we have seen. So yeah, decrement char. Now we can just return what we found as output. So return output.